I'm going to open up the feeds page on Drupal.org. I'm going to do a quick Google search for Drupal feeds, and we'll pick the first result here. Okay, so you can see some additional information about how feeds works here. One thing to point out is that the latest release is an alpha version, alpha 7, and normally when you hear alpha you might be a little bit scared. But with established modules that have a large user base, and if we scroll down here you can see that this has a user base of 49,000, which is more than respectable, that chances are this is an alpha simply because the developers feel like there's still some things that need to be tweaked in order to get it to beta and then ultimately to release. This is a sign of a responsible developer, more than a sign of an immature product. So here's the information that you need in order to install feeds. I'm going to go ahead and use Drush in order to download it, but I'm going to go to the modules listings page in order to enable specific modules. This is actually a bundle of several modules, so we'll check it out there and look at the descriptions. And I'm going to click on feeds in the sidebar here and scroll down. So you can see here that we actually have a required module that we don't have yet called Job Scheduler. So we'll need to download and install that in order to get this enabled. Like a couple of the modules that we've installed so far, there's a UI element to the module bundle. So the UI provides us a way to actually interact with the module from the front end. The idea here is that sometimes feeds is used as a dependency and you don't actually need a user interface for it. Or it's being used on the back end as part of a distribution of Drupal, and you don't want your end users actually modifying any of the importers. So we're going to enable feeds and feeds admin UI. We're also going to enable feeds import, which says it's an example of a node importer and a user importer. And what we can do is actually copy these importers to get us the majority of the way that we need to in order to build the ultimate importers that pulls in our products and reviews. Feeds news is a module that we don't need at this point. This is a news aggregator built with feeds. And even though we're not going to install it, it does serve as an example of how you can use feeds in order to import content on a regular basis from multiple sources. So one of the ideas of using feeds is that you can pull in content from RSS feeds or PubHub SubHub feeds in order to create a live aggregator of information into a single source. We're using feeds for a completely different purpose here, but you can see the relationship between the two. We're importing content from an outside source. In this case, it's just a one-off job, but we can also build importers to import on a regular basis.